More than 800 organizations around the world signed a letter urging international support for South Africa's lawsuit against the State of Israel for the genocide committed against the Palestinian people. A spokesperson stated that South Africa's petition to court marks a critical turning point that tests the global will to safeguard laws aiming to guarantee human rights and the preservation of humanity. Likewise, the coalition letter urged the signatory organizations to press their governments to immediately introduce a declaration of intervention to end the massacre in the occupied Palestinian territories. In this regard, the International Court of Justice will hold public hearings to consider the case of South Africa against Tel Aviv next January 11 and 12. The Peasant Confederation of France stated, "What is happening in Palestine is an atrocity. In particular, the use of hunger as a tool of war is part of a strategy of genocide that we must denounce." The Global Legal Alliance for Palestine and the War Crimes Commission in Palestine stated, South Africa's petition to the IJC marks a critical turning point that tests the global will to safeguard laws and legal statements that were designed not only to guarantee human rights but also to preserve humanity itself. The Women's International League for Peace and Freedom stated, "Having witnessed 2 world wars and the overcoming of fascism, I am absolutely convinced that resolving the basis of conflict in a legal, political and non-violent manner is the only way to achieve permanent peace." The government of Bolivia expressed its support to the government of South Africa after the lawsuit before the International Court of Justice. The government of the plurinational state of Bolivia values the historic action undertaken by the Republic of South Africa, which filed a lawsuit on December 29, 2023 against the State of Israel before the International Court of Justice about Israel violations of its obligations under the Convention of Genocide against the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. Finally, it stressed that Bolivia, committed to peace and justice, as a signatory of the Convention on Genocide, it recognizes that South Africa took a historic step in the defense of the Palestinian people, a leadership and effort that should be accompanied by the international community that clamors for respect for life, considering that the report prepared by the United Nations states that more than 21,000 people have died since October 7, 2023, most of them children and women, which reflects the inhuman actions of the State of Israel. For his part, the spokesman of the Iranian Foreign Ministry, Nasser Kanani, reiterated his support for any global mechanism to prosecute Israel. Kanani said, "We support the use of international mechanisms to prosecute the Israeli regime authorities according to the law and the application of recognized international legal standards. Iran supports the use of existing possibilities, including those of International Criminal Court."